It's 2 p.m. in China and 5 p.m. Sydney time. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's get straight to the first part. Firstly, it cannot be ignored that the University of Sydney has a strong master of management with unique competencies, including an Australian #1 in management, strong professor capabilities, and strong alumni. With other external factors that I believe are influential, secondly, management has taught me that a strong drive of self is the key to success. So my inner voice told me that I love management. I have learned more and more about management in my undergraduate studies, such as negotiation, economics, financial, and so on. And after more and more exposure, I'm convinced that I would like to continue my studies in my master's, and it matches my future career plan. During my undergraduate studies, I interviewed Miss Liu, an outstanding female manager at Huawei, and her experience showed me the core. During the conversation, Miss Liu, who graduated from Sydney with a master's degree in management, she told me that at the University of Sydney, you can feel happy from communicating with your professors, and every time you complete your final exams, you can feel a sense of achievement. That time, I was fascinated by the charisma she exuded as a manager in the workplace. The future is uncertain, but what I can be sure is that I aim to become a good manager like her, as well as create more possibility for myself. I hope that 5 years from now, I will still be full of creative and undaunted by challenges. In my personal experiences as a team leader, I have run compliance Singapore's WeChat public website and managed 5 WeChat groups with more than 3,000 people. To a large extent, I have helped the school to reduce the pressure and the problems of Chinese students. But in this case, I have reflected on a better solution. We all know that the concept of free grand win is not a fit to the deep party, is no longer applicable in today's society. China's major video platforms, led by TikTok, are changing rapidly, and it's important to note that about 8% of what is said on these platforms determines whether someone or something is good or bad. I think I could run the Chinese platform account of the University of Sydney. I'm familiar with the traffic machines of the platform and how it plays out. China has a population of 1.4 billion, which is a huge market of business point of view. Opening an account can further increase the visibility of the university and maintain its reputation more efficiently and effectively. The account can also attract Chinese sponsors to increase the school's revenue in another area. The mission and vision of the account is to change the definition of educational information. The biggest hit in China these days is the explosion of the tourist city of Harbin. In just 3 days, Harbin earned over 6 billion, and this hit continues to rise. This is due to the many ways in which Harbin's local government managers have been able to deploy the city's resources. See the 3 main points under point: innovation, definition, and marketing. My family has a restaurant in business, but the restaurant doesn't attract tourists due to the old menu. After researching the eating habits of the people from the north, I improved the menu of the restaurant, adding more exquisite and convenient meals on the base of the original old-fashioned northeastern dishes. See the picture for a comparison of the old and new. On top of that, I pushed the value-added services as long as the guests come to dine in the WeChat circle of friends. Gentry was macro-blogging and so on to post positive comments about my restaurant. We will be for the performance of the dance, help to take pictures, and a gift of freshly pure juice to help take care of the children and other personalized services. Through this process, the restaurant's revenue increased by 34.5% in December compared to November. In this experience, I learned that while it is important to have a good innovation, other factors such as teaming and target customers are also extremely important. This is the only way to maximize the impact of the innovation to increase the revenue. Next, let's talk about a failure. A small part of my experiences in starting a hotel business in Qingdao made me reflect deeply. After my undergraduate degree in management, I'm good at allocating people and resources, and I'm able to maximize the use of resources and human resources to the fullest extent possible. Of course, the benefit of this is cost saving and efficiency, but I overlooked to a problem: the human psychology. The receptionist is a young girl who has just turned 18 years old, and I think her ability is the best among the same group of employees, so I treat her as a manager to train. It's my fault, but suddenly one day she asked me to resign. I was puzzled. She told me that she thought the job was very stressful for her and she needed a relaxing job. Through this incident, I reflect that management is not a machine in accordance with the processes. Even in the pressure processes, an incentive mechanism to follow. But to a certain extent, this incentive mechanism is also invisible pressure. As a manager, I only give material incentives as well as a pitifully small amount of spiritual incentives. But people are not the same, to accept the degree of pressure is not the same. So in the subsequent hotel staff management, I pay more attention to is to understand each person according to their needs to adjust their definition of staff rewards. And the KPI is also defined, even though their standards are different. Everyone tries their best to complete their task. I attend to them. In the end, we are more friends than subordinates. Regarding the last questions, first of all, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to share some of my thoughts and experiences. I think some people are born to be managers, and I think I have the talent to be one. But a good manager needs not only talent but also luck, opportunity, and even effort to match it. The process of becoming a good manager involves overcoming all kinds of difficulties. I have the ability to adapt quickly to new environments, a strong sense of independence, and a strong sense of ambition. I believe that my course of study at the University of Ziyi will turn me into a good manager.